I'm easily disturbed as well. So today I'm at Slimbridge Wetland Trust, and yeah, this isn't going to be a natural history video. I'm just going to have a wander around really, even though I do like natural history. So I came up with a video we're doing in the car, and a friend of ours, and I had to explain some cosmology and quantum theory on the way, which was quite good. You know, the journey went more quickly as a result, which was quite nice. Okay, so wildfowl, swans, ducks, that sort of thing. Really nice. I've been here for about 30 years. It's ridiculous. It's only about an hour in the car from me. It's absurd, really. Now here's a coot, and of course a coot is a rail. Rails are very primitive birds. A lot of them are flightless. I don't think a coot is flightless, and of course it's heading away from the camera, just as I do the Attenborough bit. Coot nest.
I love the squeak thing. So nice. Surprised by the
I think the flightless ones are the ones which mostly live in sort of New Zealand, the takahe, and what's the other one called? They're very highly coloured bills and black with some interesting plumage. I'm going to have to look that up and stick it in the titles. Of course, with waterfowl there's a tendency to ubiquity. You know, one hopes for the widgeon, you know, the pochard, the ruddy duck, and of course normally you get JG Ballard instead. So, you know, hopefully I'll get to see some more exotic ducks today. I was quite a fan of ducks when I was a kid, and you know, the teal, you know, I'm trying to think of some more names and they're all escaping me. Yes, of course, the tufted duck, that's what we want. Yeah, and there's the tufted duck on the left and a coot on the right, and you know, the ubiquitous swans. Again, another Ballardian structure. Everywhere the Outlaw Bookseller goes, there's a Ballardian structure. Fantastic, isn't it? That observation tower is so good. Hoping to catch the otter feeding at 11:30. Otters are, of course, not ducks. they're musterlines, which means that they are members of weasels, badgers, and their allies. Probably tons of kids there, but you know, it is what it is. What a grumpy old sod. Peter Scott was a name which was everywhere when I was a child. He was like one of the kings of conservation. But you know, it's great work, it really is. These metal birds with the contrails in the background reminds me of the giant birds in the disaster area by J.G. Ballard. I think it's the disaster area where there's the huge birds. Fantastic. Lots of little goslings toddling around there in this bucolic scene. Reminds me, I used to walk home from school and used to pass this field and there were geese in it, and they would run from the top of the field to the bottom honking every single day like guard dogs. Again, there's something very Ballardian about flamingos as well, and I always think of Roxy Music, just like flamingos look the same, Virginia Plain. It's fantastic to see them. Their pink coloration, of course, caused by the crustaceans. They're in captivity. I believe they have to give them a supplement to get the pink to come out. It'd be fantastic. And of course, in prehistory, there were pterosaurs, which had the same sort of morphology as flamingos, obviously long before flamingos existed. They had that filter feeding beak, which is just incredible, you know. Convergent evolution. That's a shell deck, I think. Yeah. Well known for my love of troughs, I do like a decent sedge as well. Yeah, you know, it is nice, you know, and but it's a good thing there's a mute button on the camera, you know, and the use of incidental music. Oh, a moorhen. The moorhen, of course, is the other common member of the rail family in the UK. It's turning into a rail video. Another Ballardian moment, the drought. These flamingoes are exceptionally roseate. How long can the world last with 9 billion or more people on it? Of course, this is where I get polemical now. You know, I've been goofing off a bit, but the thing is, our main environmental problem, apart from the immediate one of global warming, because it's all caused by demand. Demand for product, energy, what have you, food, it's all caused by human beings. It's all caused by overpopulation. If there were fewer of us, this planet is rich in resources, and this is why the ecological SF of the 50s, 60s, 70s is so important, because, you know, they were trying to point out that if we went on, would be the result. You know, if you're not part of the solution, you're part of the problem, and we're all part of the problem. So, you know, birth control, family planning, those are the best things for the planet even now. I'm in the Hogarth hide now doing some serious ornithology. You feel more serious when you're in a hide. And there's an avocet there on the left. Not very close, I admit, but you can see the curved beak. I remember painting an avocet for a competition in school. It's one of those things where you had houses and you'd have like a competition. It was like, I was painting this bird, so I'll stick it in, and it won something like second prize or something. Been through the fox-proof perimeter, and I'm now emerging. It was very warm earlier on. Now it's gone overcast again, and it's actually much better, and this is a much quieter sort of part of the park. It's really, really nice and serene, and you know, obviously if you're an ornithologist you get more out of it, but it is fantastic. geography of a hide. It's like a long mead hall in Beowulf, but much smaller. Interesting structure up ahead. This time we're not going to invoke the name of a certain author, because we're always doing it, and you know who I'm talking about. It's a multi-level high-rise hide. So you get really good angles of elevation for spotting the wildfowl. It's impressive. It's Estuary Tower. Uh-oh, we're in Stalker country again. Look out, Tarkovsky. It's a bit Blair Witch, isn't it, really? So it was a pillbox and he converted it into a hide. Good stuff. This is a bit thorough. Perhaps I could live there and write a 1,000,000-word journal and a best-selling nature book. This is where I fall over, of course, as I approach the Severn. I'm not looking at my feet. Fantastic. Sure, the battery's going to run out soon, but I'm kind of determined to sort of take it to the limit, as it were, as the Eagles would say. Grasses, sedge. It's all very on Barber, isn't it? So we keep on walking, heaven or hell. Who are these two worthies? Come across two strange women at the edge of the Severn amongst the sedge. Hello, women on the sedge of time. Ayo, indeed. The one true friend I thought I'd found tonight, the bottle let me down. So that was Slimbridge. Absolutely fantastic. It'd be beautiful to get out and have some fresh air and, you know, get away from the indoor stuff. I'm surrounded by books all the time and other things. Got the plastic swan here as a sigil of freedom. Bye for now. The wanderer above the sea of mist.